to the Crochet Crowd. I'm your host, Mikey. Today is the Study of Complicated Blanket, week number 3. In this week, it's a big one. And what we're going to do is that we're going to put the other piece that we've been working through aside. The trapezoids will be working in a format like this. So when I last left you in the last video, I said the flat spots are kind of working together, and they will be. What this is missing is the 4th round, which I'll talk about in just a second. So let's just put this aside, and we'll see that later on in the week, in this particular week. So what we want to do is create a trapezoid circle, and so this took me a long time to figure out. Trust me, it was almost a nightmare. And what we're looking at here is 3 rounds, but there are 4 rounds altogether. We want to use our Bitty Stripes yarn that is changing color on its own. And what I need to do is, by doing the 3 rounds, you're going to end up with different colors of these as you're going. So what I would recommend is that just do rounds number 1 through 3 and do all 12 and just hold them off to the side. I decided, because of the way that it's coming out of the Bitty Stripes, I may not want the colors to actually be in sync. So if I was actually to say, if I was to do it in sync, like I just did this a particular example here today, you would have saw that it went from pink, and then it went carried over from pink, and then it went to this, and then it went to that. And so I want to make sure that I'm controlling the narrative a bit. So when I'm going to lay this thing out at the end with all 12, I'm going to mix up the orders and just kind of just play with it. And let me show you a different photo. So you will see on the pages different colors that you'll have, and I did the 4th round as a solid color so that I can control the narrative, so that when it came together just like this, and it's going to look like this when you put it together, it's going to look kind of funky. You're going to want to block it to make it sit flat. So just dampen it, just spray it a little bit and just lay it flat and let it dry, and it will look like this. But what I did with each one of these is that I put them out in a circle just like this, and I said, okay, which is the next one? And as I did round number 4, I attached them as I was laying them out, so they were all laid in a circle, and then I just did the final round to put them together. So that's why it looks very random, because I just picked them up as they went, and I kind of looked at what colors were where and how things are going to work together, and that's how we're going to do that particular process. You will find that there's several crochet diagrams that were provided with this particular one, and at the end of that, what we're going to do is that we're going to put it together. So this here is the granny trapezoid here, and this in the top part is the ring, and what we're going to do is we're going to do a fan section to be able to attach it to itself here. So it's just going to be a crochet attaching, no sewing. So let's just start with the trapezoids in order to get yourself started, and do all 12, and I'll show you how easy it is. So here's a trapezoid here without round number 4. So what I did in the diagram work is that it looks like this. And you can see that the center point is favoring the one side. So one side, we keep it squat, and then we start building out, but we also start building so that it ends up being a trapezoid just like this once it starts attaching. And so to figure out the mathematics and the calculations of geometry was actually quite something. So let's just grab our 5mm size H crochet hook and our Bitty Stripes, and let's show you how easy it is to do this from rounds 1 through 3. So let's begin with a slip knot. Don't make the tail too long. You don't want to waste this yarn. You will have extra of this yarn left over though at the end, this particular color, the grapey. So you're going to start with chaining of 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and slip stitch 4th chain from the hook to create a center ring. So slip and slip. So it's going to be like a granny square. The difference is that each one of the 4 sides is going to be handled different to create the trapezoid. Let's begin round number 1. Round number 1. Begin by chaining 1, and in the center circle, just pull it apart and leave this so it's wrapped around the ring so it gets stuck underneath. And you are going to put in 3 single crochets into the ring. So we have 1, 2, and 3. Now you're going to turn your corner, so you need to chain 2. So the corners will always be a chain 2. The next side has to be a half double crochet. We need to get it a bit taller. So the next 3 stitches in the ring are half double crochet. And then chain 2 to turn. The third side is going to be double crochet. So there's going to be 3 double crochets into the ring. So we have 1, 2, and 3. Chain 2 to turn the corner. And now you're going to run out of space in the circle. So just reef on it, pull the double crochet and this apart from each other, and it reveals more of the center chain 4. Your last side will be 3 half double crochet. So we have 1, 2, and 3. And what we're going to do is a half double crochet to join. So you're going to join it to the top of the first single crochet. So just wrap the hook going into the top of the first single crochet, pull through and pull through all 3. And that's a half double crochet join. So you can see that one side here is squatted. It's a little wider because of the halves, and then it's even further out because it's a double. And that was round number 1. Let's begin round number 2. Round number 2, we're always starting with the flat side, like the squatted side. So let's begin round number 2 by chaining 1, and in the half double crochet join that you did, just pull open the space in case you don't see it, you are going to apply 2 single crochet into that space. Chain 1 to jump, and you're going to come into the next corner space right here and apply 2 single crochet. So we have 1 and 2. Turn the corner is chaining 2, and in the same corner it's going to be 2 half double crochet. So we had 2 singles, now the finishing of the corner is 2 halves, so that we can get a little bit wider and also the angle for the trapezoid. Chain 1 to jump and come to your next corner, and this is going to be a typical granny square corner. It'll be 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. So 2 double crochet to start, chain 2, and 2 double crochet. So now we got to chain 1 to jump and then come into your next corner. So this corner is going to be the same as this one, so it's typical. So it's 2 double crochet, 2 chain, 2 double crochet. I tried to design this thing so it was easiest to remember. Chain 2 to jump, and you're coming to your corner that where you started with, and you need to finish this corner by placing in 2 half double crochet. And then you were going to do a half double crochet join to the top of the first single crochet. Okay, and that was round number 2. We have one more round, and I'll be right back. Round number 3, chain 1 and place a single crochet into the same space that you created with that half double crochet join. So put 2 of those in there all together. Chain 1, open this up, just kind of pull on it, you'll see a space, place in 3 single crochet there. 1, 2, 3. Chain 1 and then come to your next corner. So the corner will have an askew kind of area, so you'll have 2 singles, chain 2, and then 2 half doubles. So start off with 2 singles, chain 2, and 2 half double crochets. Chain 1 to jump. The next space right here is going to have 3 double crochet in it. With 1, 2, 3, and chain 1 to jump. We're going to get much bigger now. In the corner here, there will be 2 trebles, chain 2, 2 trebles. So wrap the hook twice. The color is going to change in a second. And when this blanket is all put together, these changes that's happening, it actually looks pretty cool. So chain 2, so 2 trebles, chain 2, and 2 trebles again to turn that corner. Chain 1 to jump. The next space here in the middle is going to be 3 treble crochet. So we have 1, 2, and 3. Chain 1 to jump, and now you have a new corner, and it'll be starting off with 2 trebles. Chain 2, and 2 trebles. Chain 1 to jump. The next space will be 3 double crochet. 1, 2, and 3. And chain 1 to jump, and into the space that you started with is going to be 2 half double crochet. We have 1 and 2. And because we want to finish off this color, we want to chain 2 and slip stitch to the top of the first single crochet. And this will conclude then doing rounds number 1 through 3, and you need to do all 12. I'd probably recommend to you, just to save yourself time, is just when you fasten this off, probably put it through a tapestry needle right now, get rid of the loose ends that you'll have, and therefore you won't ever have a ring with that many loose ends to deal with at the end. So just turn it to the back side and just weave it through. Because it's this color, I'm going to weave it through this section here because it will not be visible. And it's better to break through plies, not just go between strands. It's harder to follow when you start messing around with the plies itself. Okay, and so you'll want to weave in all your ends. And what I'm going to do in the next part of this tutorial is to show you how one is finished without attaching, because we need to create the ring, but we need to have a foundation to start the ring, and that's coming up next. So the next thing that we want to do is that we want to make sure we have all 12 done from rounds number 1 through 3. And what we need to do is do the 4th round and connecting them all together. So the single granny that does not have any connections, it's only going to be the one time. You're just going to grab one and you're just going to do round number 4. Then grannies number 2 through 11 will all be attaching just on one side. Okay, so you'll have that done. And then the very final granny that attaches to form the center ring attaches on the same one side here, but also on the return here to attach it to create the circle as a whole. So in the next part of this tutorial, we're going to show you how to do just this one, and it's the first one. So lay these out in a circle and just look at it and say, okay, this is what I want, and then grab your next color, which will be B, and that will be the foundation to join them all together that you see in the pattern. Let's begin single granny, and this is only one time. So if this is a single granny, not attaching to anything, because you need to start the first one, you're going to attach into the first chain 2 space right here. We're going to keep going in the same rotation to make it easier for you to follow. So attach it like that, chain 1, and apply 2 single crochet into that space. So we have 1 and 2, and toss the loose end to the outside, and you'll get rid of that through a tapestry needle later. You're going to chain 1 to jump and come to your next space. If you don't see it because it's nice and tight, it's right there. And you're going to apply 3 single crochet. And then chain 1 to jump and come to your next space right there, 3 single crochet. So 1, 2, and 3. Chain 1 to jump, and then you're going to come into your corner. So the corner will be the same. So it'll start off with a single crochet first. There's 2 of them. Chain 2 and 2 single crochet. The next one will be 2 single crochet into this one, this space. So you're going to chain 1 to jump first, and then 2 single crochet into the Now we're going to chain 1 to jump, and then 3 single crochet into the next space. So we have 1, 2, and 3. Chain 1. In the next space, there will be 3 half double crochet. So we have 1, 2, and 3. Chain 1 to jump. The corner space, it's the big corner right here, is going to be 2 double crochet to start. Chain 2 to turn, and 2 double crochet into the same one. Just for reference, on the 4th round on any of them, there's never any trebles. So chain 1 to jump. In the next space, it's going to be 3 double crochet. So we have 1, 2, and 3. Chain 1 to jump. Next space, 3 double crochet. Chain 1 to jump. In the corner space here, it's going to be 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. I wanted to keep the final round nice and easy to follow, because you're going to be attaching it to each other once you go on beyond the first one that we're doing right now. Chain 1 to jump. The next one coming down the side is going to be 3 half double crochet. Chain 1 to jump. The next one right here is going to be 3 single crochet. So we have 1, 2, and 3. Chain 1 to jump, and in the last space where you started, it's going to be 2 single crochet, followed by chain 2 and join to the top of the first single crochet and get rid of that color. So this is done. So you'll want to weave in your ends as you go, and so you can see that it's kind of buckling up a little bit. Do not worry about that stuff. Okay, that's not a worry. So let's begin grannies number 2 through 11, and we're just going to work our way sequentially around the ring to make the ring, and start off with the bottom of the short side here of the squatted side right into a corner. Attach, chain 1, and apply 2 single crochet into the same one. Okay, chain 1 and come to your next space and do 3 single crochet. When I designed this, I wanted to attach it once I got to the first side over here. So just chain 1 and then 3 single crochets into the next space. If you don't see it, just pull things open. Now you have your 3 single crochet in. Now you're going to chain 1. So the corner is going to start attaching to this guy. So we're going to start off with 2 single crochet first. So we have 1 and 2. And normally what we would have done is done chain 2 and just turn. In this case, what we want to do is chain 1 and grab the next one up, okay, the same corner to attach, and come up from the underside into the chain 2 space on this one, and just yarn over through and through. That's a slip stitch. So you're attaching them through slip stitch formation. Then chain 1, and then you can start back here. So the corners are 1 single crochet. So the corners are chain 1, slip stitch to the next, and then chain 1, and now come back in to the corner that you've been working with and apply 2 single crochet. Now normally when we go to continue along, we would have just chained 1 and then come into the next space, but I don't want you to do that when we're doing the attaching side. So I want you to just chain 1 to begin, and then come into the next chain 1 space that is existing. So you see how you're in the corner? It's right here, and come up from the underside and slip stitch. So I'm into that space, slip stitch, and then chain 1. And now come to the space here, and you're going to apply 3 single crochet. So we have 1, 2, and 3. So now we got to join again. So we're going to chain 1, and then you come to the next space that's available right here. Slip stitch it, and chain 1. And right here, the next space that's currently up, you want to apply 3 half double crochets there. So we have 1, 2, and 3. Okay, then chain 1, and you were going to come into the next space on this one right here. Slip stitch and chain 1, and then you're going to jump right to your corner. So the corners, what you already know it to be, is going to be 2 double crochet. So we have 1 and 2, and you can't attach to anything further now. Okay, so you're not going to touch this corner at all, and just keep on going around this piece. So just chain 2 and 2 double crochet in. And so now when you look at it here, you can see that there is attaching here right at this corner. This space attaches, and so does this one. And then the 2 outside corners here are staying open, just like that. So continuing along, you're going to chain 1 and put in 3 double crochet into this one. 1, 2, and 3. And chain 1 and come into your next one. 3 double crochet. Chain 1, come into your next corner, and it's 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet. Chain 1 to jump. It's a 3 half double crochet into the next space. Chain 1, 3 single crochets into the next space. Okay, chain 1, and then in the first space you started with, it's 2 single crochet. Chain 2, and join with the slip stitch to the first single crochet. So now you've officially have done that one. Weave in your ends, and you've officially now attached this here. So your next one, whatever one you decide to pick up, will start just like this one, and will attach along this side and work its way around, and you'll do that until you can see 11 of these done. And it's going to be the final one where you're not only attaching to this side, but you're also attaching to the other side to form that ring, and we'll be covering that next. For tutorial purposes, what I'm going to do, I'm going to pretend that I've gone all the way around, so you will have 11 of these done, they'll be connected, and there will just be enough of a space for the final 12th one to go in. So as I'm going to start demonstrating it, I'm going to come along and I'm going to start and I'm going to attach it along the side. For tutorial purposes, I'm going to rip it out and I'm going to tell you that it's already done, and I'm going to show you how to attach to the opposite side after you've attached on one, come across the top and need to attach on the other side. So just bear with me and we'll start with the 12th granny next. So let's do your 12th granny. So you're going to have this here, and what's going to happen is that you'll have the other one sitting here somewhere. Okay, you don't need it there right away, but we will put it there. And so you're going to attach into the corner like you had been before. So everything from the first, second, and third side is the same. It's the fourth side that's different. So attach. Okay, so that was we're going to attach in, and then chain 1 and 2 single crochet in there. Okay, chain 1 and jump, and 3 single crochet into the next space. 1, 2, 3, chain 1, 3 single crochet into the next. 1, 2, 3, chain 1, and then you start a corner. So it'll be 2 single crochets to start, and then you're going to attach to the existing one here. So chain 1 and come into the chain 2 corner over here, attach, chain 1, and come back into the space for 2 single crochet. Chain 1, come to your next space, it's right there, slip stitch and chain 1, and come back to the one you're working on, and 3 single crochet. So we have 1, 2, and 3. Chain 1, come to your next space, it's right here. Chain 1, come to your next space, 3 half double crochet. So we have 1, 2, and 3. Chain 1, come to your next space right here, slip stitch, chain 1, and then come into the corner. So it'll be 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. So you're going to work your way across this side, and you're going to finish this corner over on this side before attaching it to the final ring to form the ring. So there'll be 3 double crochet here, chain 1, 3 double crochet again, okay, chain 1, and you'll do your full corner. So 2 double crochet to start, chain 2 to turn, and then 2 more double crochet in. So what I'm going to do for tutorial purposes, I'm going to unattach this, and then I'm going to show you how the final side then will attach. So it'll be attaching to the center, or sorry, to the beginning one here to form the complete ring. I'll be right back in a second. So on the 12th one, when I left you, this side was attached. Okay, so keep that attached, and when you're coming back around, this one will join to the very first one that you started. Make sure the ring is sitting flat though, so make sure it's not twisting at any point, so make sure it's completely flat. So as you begin coming down the final side, you are going to then chain 1 and slip stitch to the space after the corner. Okay, so ignore the corner right here. Slip and chain 1, and then you're going to apply 3 half double crochet into the next space on this one. Sorry, half double crochet, not doubles. One thing I know that people quit when there's sewing involved. So chain 1, and you were going to come to the next space down. Okay, it's right here. Slip stitch and chain 1, and the next space here is going to be 3 single crochets. So we have 1, 2, and 3. Chain 1, slip to the next space. It's right here. Chain 1, and then come into the corner. So you'll do 2 double crochets only, chain 1, and you were going to slip into the corner of the last space right here. It's the corner space. Chain 1, and then join to the top of the first single crochet on this side. So this would be then the final one coming around. And so then you're attached completely in a circle. So you will notice that maybe these are kind of folded up on you. You can block those down. So if you want to spray it and leave it as a flat circle for a bit, you can do so. You might want to get rid of your tail ends as well to make sure they're out of your way. And so it's a nice clean ring when you're getting to get started. So when we're going to continue in this pattern, let's just see you there in a second. I just got to reset my brain and let's continue. So at this point of the tutorial, you're going to have this. This is before I blocked it, before I sprayed it with a little bit of water and let it lay flat to dry. It doesn't take long, probably about an hour or so. And then just make sure you don't soak it, leave it flat to dry. And therefore the center ring here that's open will be the original that you had that we'll be placing in here and that you're going to join. There's a very strategic method to be able to join this to make sure that we get this done properly. And let's begin to do that next. So we're going to begin joining the ring. So the week one is in the green, and then this week that we were working on is the others. So what we want to do is want to start here. If you're right-handed, you are going to work in this direction. If you're left-handed, you will work in the opposite direction. And what this is doing is that when we create crochet, the right side, the good side, tends to lean up like a bowl, and we want to take advantage of that. So if we start up here and go this way, what's going to happen is that that flower is not going to sit down properly. It's going to lean up towards you. And so instead of melding into the project, it will work away from the project. So you want to lay it down so that you have the outside ring and the interior in this position, and then we're going to start and work our way in this direction. So when we have it here, I have it positioned. So here's the trapezoids. They're already joined together, and you're going to work across here. This grade single crochet is the existing center circle, and what we're going to do is that we're going to trap in the spaces into the stitch work in order to make that happen, and that's what our journey is going to continue with next. As you put the two together, you're going to notice a flat edge here. Lean into that. So match the flat edge of a trapezoid like so. And so you're going to notice is that there's going to be a bit of a distance. When you start crocheting it together, it's going to pull it together and form its shape properly. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to get you started, and I'm going to start right here just for tutorial purposes, show you how it comes back around. But what I want to do is just start right in this section and be able to join it as I go. So let's begin our first color, and the first color will be with the color B, in my case, shocking pink. So I wanted that shocking pink so that it wasn't really obvious where things are joining. It's kind of hidden in the shadows. Let's begin that next. So let's grab our yarn, put it onto the hook. Let's come into our space, okay? And what we want to do is that we want to favor one side or the other. So this is a chain 2 space here. This is a chain 2 space. So I want to use this one. Okay, we will use the other one in when we get back around, but you'll see how it's going to repeat through that anyway. So just put it through there and just kind of line it up and eye it out and come into where it appears like it's coming in as a turn. And you're going to go into both loops here. Okay. And then you're going to yarn over and pull through all of it. You're going to chain 1 and single crochet through the exact same spot. So the space and the same stitch that you did the join with. You are now going to skip just 1 stitch on the gray one right here. So skip just 1 stitch and go to the second over, and you are going to apply 7 double crochet into that one. So ignore the ring. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, I'm just going to pull this tail out of the way. Now, we're going to come back to the next one. So we're going to come back to the center space right here. Okay, so this was the corner. This is first space. This is the center space, the second space over. And you're going to insert your hook through. And when you insert it back through the gray, you have to skip just 2 stitches. So skip those 2 and go to the 3rd and single crochet, and it's going to put both of them together. See how this is leaning towards us? This is going to fall out of the way and into the project instead of standing up. So let's continue. We're then going to come back to the gray. So just get rid of the ring out of the way just for a second. Skip 2 and go to the 3rd. And put in 7 double crochet. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now, once the 7's done, we are going to come into the first chain 2 space of the same motif we're working with and come through here. And we're going to skip 2 on the gray. So 1, 2, go to the 3rd and single crochet that to put them together. So this here was one of the motifs attaching to the center ring. And when you pull it, see how this leans over? It gets rid of that distance. And so now we're going to continue then into the next motif. So to start another fresh motif, just kind of turn slightly and then come into the next chain 2 space on the next motif. And then come into the next single crochet on the gray. Okay. So now back on the gray, you're only going to skip 1 stitch and go to the 2nd over and put in 7 double crochets. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So what space do we come into? We skip the first one, we go to the middle one. And we're going to pick it up, go through the middle space, and we're going to skip 2 singles and go to the 3rd one away and single crochet the 2 together. Coming back to the gray, we skip 2, go to the 3rd, and apply 7 double crochet. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Coming back down here, come to the chain 2 space that's part of this motif. Skip just 2 and go to the 3rd. So you're getting both and put them together, and then you're ready for the next motif. So just automatically jump to the next motif, come into the space, and into the next single crochet on the gray. It's easier if all the tail ends are done. So I'll just show you one more time. So back on the gray, skip just 1 and go to the 2nd over and do 7 double crochet. So you'll notice that when you go to start a new motif like this one, is that you're only skipping only 1, where the rest you're always skipping 2. It's because there's a weird number on the sides of those on this panel and this one, so I had to make up for just skipping only 1 and not 2. And it still works out, it's great. Okay, so you got 3, 6, this is 7th. So you come to the middle space of this motif, skip 2 on the center, go to the 3rd, single crochet in, keep on the center one, skip 2, go to the 3rd, and 7 double crochet. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. and then come into the chain 2 space that's part of this motif, skip just 2, 1 and 2, and single crochet in the next. And then if there was another motif here, you just keep jumping. So you'll come into the next chain 2 space in this motif, the next single on here, and just keep repeating with what you know. And it's going to be the next round of these that will help it to really fold over, because it's still standing up a little bit right now, but it will do that, and I'll see you at the end of the round in a moment. So let's pretend that I've gone all the way around and I am coming down to this chain 2 space on this motif because that's where I'm working. And then I skip 2 on the main, and I come into the last one in the center, single crochet. And then I'm going to slip stitch to the beginning one, just like that. Okay, and so what I need to do then is that I'm going to continue with the color D, which will in my case be white. And so I want to finish this color off, weave in my ends, and then I'm going to do one more around, which will be on the tips of these, which will help it to fold back over so that it covers this join. So when it's laying down, it looks more like a flower. So let's continue to do that with round number 2 of still continuing with the join. So we're going to continue now in the second round of the continuing of the join. We only want to play on top of these petals. So just lean it backwards so that you can see it. And we only want to use the front loop, and by using the front loop, it wants it to fold over into the top of the project. So just with the yarn on the hook, come into the front loop only. So if you go into both, that's a stitch. You come into just the first one, that's the front loop. And let's just attach. Okay, and chain 1 and single crochet into the same one you did the attaching to. So you're just going to follow this all the way around, okay, including the single crochets that you use to attach. So stay on the front loops only. I'm bearing a little bit of the tail so I can hide that in later. Okay, I'll get rid of the tail out of the way so I can see better. And so I'm going to use the front loops and just follow this all the way around. And by using the front loops, it causes it to naturally bend in towards you, which will help it bend into the blanket. So I'm using those single crochet front loops as well, and then jumping all the way around. Please do that, and you will notice that this will have a really cool effect at the end of this round. I'll be right back in a moment. So I'm coming back around and just using the front loops only. And once I do the last one, I am just going to slip stitch to the beginning single crochet. And so now you would have followed this around, and you can see the nice flowers. They're leaning naturally towards the project, but if you bend them over like that, you'll see that where they were joined, but they naturally want to stay down just like that. So get rid of this color, weave in your end. We're not quite done on week number 3 because I really wanted to get around the center of the larger ring to get this thing to settle down, and then you'll just do a damp blocking at the end of that to continue that to week number 4. So let's be back in just a moment and continue along with the outside ring at this time. So let's get ready for the outside of the ring. Even if it's kind of looking wonky at this time, it doesn't really matter because we're going to kind of damp block it later, but this will also pull it down as well. I'm going to start right here. It doesn't matter which one you want to start with because you're going to go all the way in a circle, but just for my purposes right here. And we're going to use the color C as in cat. In my case, it's white. This particular join area that we're about to do is very dominant. So if you want to choose a different color, you can. You will have extra of the biddy stripes if you wanted to do that, or you will have extra of the shocking pink. Okay, so you'll have extra of A or E if you would like to do that instead. So when we go to attach, we're going to attach right into a chain 2 space of a corner. Okay, so just going on in, attach. Okay, so it's the first chain 2 space of the brand new motif, attach, chain 1, and apply 2 single crochet into the same one. So 1 and 2. So the only hard thing about this particular round is to make sure that you just pay attention to the spacing and what's going to happen in between here. So we know that there's 2 double crochets right here. So each one of the double crochets is going to get something, right? So it's all going to get a single crochet. So we have 1 and 2. If it's a chain 1 space, it's a 1 single crochet into the space. So there's 3 double crochet, they're each going to get 1 single. So you're essentially matching what you see. So there's a chain 1 space, 1 single. There's 3 more doubles. There's 1 single into each. Okay, this is a chain 1 space, it's a single, and then you're into the 2 double crochet, it's a single. So this is the corner. So in this corner, you need to apply 2 single crochets first. Now the next stitch is going to come in down and connect down here. But after the 2 are in, we need to chain 1 to create a distance. And we're going to do a popcorn treble down in here. So how you're going to do that is that you're going to wrap the hook twice, and you are going to come in just below the connection spot. Pull through 2, 2, and 2. And you're going to do that a total of 4 times. So wrap twice and into the same connection spot, pull through, 2, 2, and 2, and again. What this is doing is it's filling in that space. So after 4 trebles are in, you're going to release the hook. You're going to come into the first treble from front to back, put the loop on, pull through, and chain 1 will lock that so it looks all puffy and hiding in that space that's opened at the top. It was the only way I could figure out how to hide that space more accurately. So now you're going to chain 1 again and come into your next motif. So follow with what you already know. This is a corner, so it's going to have 2 single crochets in it. And then the rest of it is just 1 single into each one of the stitches or spaces. So 1 into the doubles, 1 into the space, 1 into each of the doubles, 1 into the space, 1 into the doubles, 1 into the space, and 1 into each of these doubles. And now you're on a new corner. See how it's not attached to anything? That's how you tell. So then put in 2 singles into the corner, followed by a chain 1, and then you're going to do that popcorn treble down here. So wrap the hook twice, and below the connection spot, put in 4 trebles. Once the 4 are in, release the hook, come into the first treble, front to back. Put it on, pull through. Chain 1 locks that so it puffs up, and then chain 1 again before moving on to your next motif and starting in a new corner with 2 singles into the new corner and then 1 single into each one of the spaces or stitches. And you're going to go all the way around, and it's going to look just like this going around. I'll be right back at the end of the round. So let's pretend this is the last motif going around, and I've just got my 2 singles into the last chain 2 space corner, chain 1, and treble popcorn into the connection spot. So I originally did try to attach the upper corners together, and it kind of caused it to buckle, and it actually looks more flower-like when I left it open, so that's why I left it that way. So 4 trebles there, pull through, chain 1 to lock it, chain 1 to move on, and then just slip stitch to the beginning, just like that. Okay, we're going to continue this color one more time, moving on to round number 2 of the outside of the ring. So the outside of the ring, we need to get it to settle down. You see that it's settled down, even my little sample. It's not folding up like it was because the stitches are spaced properly. I know, you're welcome. So let's continue then to round number 2. Chain up 3, counts as your first double crochet, and in the same one of the join, apply a double crochet. Now, The next 16 are going to be by itself. So just moving along and count those out. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Okay, now what we have to do once the 16 are in, see these spaces right here? We need to put 1 double crochet into a space, 1 double crochet into the top of the popcorn, and 1 double crochet into the next space after the popcorn. And then you're back at the beginning of here. So this will be the start of another repeat. So you're going to apply 2 double crochets into that one. And then the next 16 in a row are each going to be taking you across the top, and it takes you right to the last one. You'll place in 1 double crochet into the space, 1 into the popcorn, 1 into the next space, and then start the sequence again of 2 double crochet into the same one, and so on. And you'll do this all the way around for round number 2. I'll be right back. So pretending that I'm going all the way around, I'm just finishing off the final one. So it was the final space, the final popcorn, and the final space, 1 doubles in each, and then slip stitch it to the top of the first, chain 3. So this will be where this color ends. We have one more round to do for week number 3, and I'm going to be using the color A. In my case, I am substituting. I was using gray, if you recall, but it's dark orchid in the pattern itself. And let's begin the final round of week number 3. So your last round on week number 3 using the color A. You can start on any double crochet, it won't matter for this round because what we're doing is we're doing some shell work. So I'm just going to start somewhere new, and I'm just going to attach, chain 2, that will not count as a stitch, it's just a builder, and in the same one you're going to apply, same one as the join, it's going to be 3 double crochet to start. So we have 1, 2, and 3, followed by chain 3, and in the same one that you did the join with, 3 more double crochet. Okay, so coming back down onto this here, we're going to skip 3 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, go to the 4th and do the same thing. So you're going to apply 3 double crochet first. So we have 1, 2, 3, followed by chain 3 and 3 double crochet into the same. This is referred to as a big cluster. Okay, skip 3, so 1, 2, 3, go to the 4th and continue to do that around. So 3 double crochet to start, chain 3, and 3 double crochet. Okay, skipping 3, 1, 2, 3, go to the 4th and continue to do that around, and it will lay nice and flat just like that. And I'll be right back. When you get all the way back around after the last double crochet is in for this particular shell or cluster, you're just going to slip stitch to the top of the first double crochet like that to a join. You're going to get rid of this color, and this is it for week number 3. It's a big week, and the rest of them will pretty much be in sync like a clock. Really quite much easier to do once you get beyond this. And I really did want to challenge myself for this stitch along to do stuff that I would have never normally done, plus also think outside the box to think about execution and this kind of stuff. So love to see your creativity on our social media, and you can see how far you've gotten this far. And it's actually really quite neat. You can see here, just for transparency, I missed I went into both loops by accident, so I wanted just to highlight that because I know that if somebody's gonna call me out on that, but I don't wanna fix that. Am I lazy? Probably so. But it's something that if that happens to you, that's why that is. So that's it for now. We hope to see you again in week number 4, and hopefully that you're enjoying the study of complicated. That's it for now. Bye-bye.